folks. Hey, superstars. Hey, this is Wesley Virgin here. Tonight, we're going to talk about how I reset my brain to be successful. Okay? Give me a second here. How I reset my brain. Reset my brain to be successful here. And unfortunately, this is not spoken about much on the internet. Well, maybe it is, but not in great detail like I'm going to go here tonight. And, many of you are distracted. You're not focused properly. You're not motivated. And it's only because you don't understand how your mind works as it relates to becoming successful, rich, and wealthy. Okay? So what I want to do is share with you a few things that I did in my later 20s to reset my brain that allowed me to become a self-made millionaire, that have allowed me to travel the world, allowed me to buy homes around the world, allowed me to buy the car of my dreams as well. And it has allowed me to take care of my family greatly here. Okay, so we're going to talk about that tonight. So make sure you write this down. Take out a sheet of paper here. Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? You feeling well? Look at the view, though. And listen, if you ever want to catch me live, I go live every night via my Instagram account at Wesley Virgin. And I not only do topics, I give you the opportunity to talk to me, okay? Ask me questions as well. So this is similar to virtual mentorship, okay? You can actually correspond with a millionaire, okay? And I do this for my Genie Script members as well. Where's my Genie Script family? Where are you? Comment below if you're a part of the Genie Script family. If you don't know what that is, go to my bio, learn more about what I do and how I can help you manifest your dreams. It's not that hard because I use science, things that are proven to work, things that have worked over and over again with average, regular people around the world, okay? So go ahead and comment your name below here. I want to give everybody a shout out here before we jump into the topic. But I'm going to teach you how to reset your brain, okay? I'm going to teach you how to kind of get a restart. When you're playing a video game and, sometimes you're losing. You just need to do a restart, right? Or maybe the video game is not working. Maybe your computer is not working properly. Sometimes your phone is not working properly. You just need a restart, right? And then when you restart the phone, restart the computer, everything works, right? Well, that's what I want to teach you, what and how, very systematically what to do and what I did personally to do that for myself to earn millions, okay? Hey, Sylvia, how are you? Hey, Bullet Elizabeth, how are you? Tony, how are you, sir? Travis Stewart, how are you? Keisha Campbell from New York City, how are you? Kaza, hey, what's going on? Princess Diana as well. Glow, Glam, Queen. Teresa, how are you, young lady? How are you feeling here? We have God, greatness here. Sabrina. Folks, I bought glasses, but I don't think I need glasses. But sometimes when I'm looking at this phone, I think that I do. But these glasses are right next to me on my. I don't want to put them on for what. Elvis, how are you? Korea, how are you? How's everybody doing? Minnie, Burrell. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm doing well, Joy. Candace from France. Okay, and feel free to like this and share this out if you get any value tonight, okay? If you get value tonight, now, share it. please share this with someone else. Hit the love button. Let me know that the information I'm sharing with you is actually, you can actually apply it to your life, right? Because I'm just here to give out free information that I've utilized for my life to create the extraordinary, juicy life that I live here today. Okay? And I'm not going to tell you guys my story. You guys, you should know who I am. Who don't know who I am? Comment below or comment the number 1 if you have no idea who Wesley $1 billion Virgin is. Then I don't have to go through the whole pedigree of my bio here. So comment 1 if you don't know who I am. If you know who I am, just comment the number 7. Okay? Okay? Everybody knows who I am, hopefully. Okay, we have some 1s here. Well, listen, I'm a young black man from Houston, Texas, born and raised, grew up pretty poor, pretty average. And just like most of you, I was failing in life as it relates to finances and not knowing what I wanted to do. I was a computer engineer for a while. I dropped out of college. I'm self-taught with everything that I know here today. I went to the military, got kicked out, been in jail a few times just for minor things. And I just saw my life going down the wrong path. I was just making mistakes and making bad decisions, okay? Especially in my 20s. But I decided at the age of 21 that I needed to be rich, right? Because I got terminated from a job. And many of you know that story that kind of changed my life for the better. I thank God that I was fired, actually, because if I didn't get terminated, I'll probably still be at that job today. So I got terminated, and I made a decision that I needed to do something else. So over the years, I tried different companies, different businesses, different opportunities, just like most of us, right? I read the books, the self-help books, self-development books, right? Went to the seminars. I did all that. And after just persevering, not giving up, not quitting, I became a multimillionaire in my early 30s. Now I'm worth $40 million. I'm in the digital marketing space. I'm a real estate investor. I do Forex as well. I have big teams around the world, and we do very well company-wise here. Okay, so that's me. So since you know who I am, let me get into the topic here. So let's talk about what I had to do to reset my brain. The reason why I needed a brain reset and I didn't know I needed it. And see, a lot of you don't really know that you need a reset, right? Because you've probably never heard of a brain reset. How many of you, comment below if you're distracted easily? How many of you feel dismotivated at times? How many of you have certain addictions that you can't pull yourself from? How many of you are not focused? How many of you, it's very difficult for you to manage your emotions? It can be in life, with your relationships, building a company, with your children, with your significant other, right? How many of you have high anxiety? Just comment below if that fits you. Or how many of you are just stressed out, overwhelmed, tired, right? Well, you need a brain reset, okay? Because all that means is your mind is very cluttered with useless information or just useless emotions and useless thoughts here. So we need to do a brain reset. Many of you, a lot of your dopamine levels are so high, you're always constantly stimulated from, it can be casual sex, it can be masturbation, it can be watching movies, watching TikTok, on social media. It also can be overeating, right? Drugs, weed, smoking, vaping, drinking. This is all these different things. They spike our dopamine levels, right? Which causes us not to focus properly on a task to be able to master a skill. Now, listen, this really, understanding this and learning this has allowed me to make millions and millions of dollars per month. Not per year, not every 10, per month, mastering this information and these small techniques and these tips that I'm going to give you here tonight. Okay, so write this stuff down, and I'm going to take you back when I was like 29, 30 years old, what I did for a couple of months. The great thing about it, you can do it for a week. You could do it for a week. You would change. You do it for a month, you would change your entire life and your finances here. So I suggest you do it for 7 days. That's all it takes to really start to reset your mind, right? Your mind is just overstimulated right now. Does that make sense? So all it means is, so if you can't focus properly, or maybe the person that jumps from opportunity to opportunity, thing to thing, person to person, well, your mind is just overstimulated. Okay, so we need to calm the mind down and hit that reset button. Okay? Everybody's here? Okay, great. So first thing I did, the first thing I would like you to do is, now you already know about the whole TV thing, right? For 7 days, I don't want you to watch any TV. Now, many of you say, oh, I don't watch TV. Great. That includes Netflix, Prime, even YouTube. As a matter of fact, if you have the YouTube app on your phone, I'm going to ask you to delete it just for 7 days. Okay, just for 7 days. And I get it. You may say, well, Wesley, I listen to motivational videos. I'll listen to you. I get it. But see, the big problem with a lot of people, and probably you're like you're listening to like you're a motivational video junkie. Okay, a lot of you are motivational self-help junkies, which means is like you listen to this type of information right now, but you don't do anything. And if you do something, you don't do it consistently, right? So I want you to eliminate TV. I want you to eliminate Netflix, Hulu, Prime, HBO Max, anything that's on the screen, right? YouTube, Vimeo, whatever videos you're watching, or just eliminate that. Does that make sense? You got it? Not even documentaries. I don't care. Listen, you might say, well, what about educational stuff? No, I don't want you to listen just for 7 days. I don't want, because listen, and this is very powerful for me. I mean, everything changed for me. I got total clarity when I did this. And I get it. I know some of you want to justify and say, well, I'm going to watch a documentary, or I'm going to watch something that relates to, I don't know, building my business. For right now, listen, I just want you to not do it. Is that okay? Just for 7 days. No YouTube, no videos at all. Okay. 2, I want you to be celibate. Okay. Now listen, honestly, I want you to stop masturbating as well, but I know some of you might say, oh, no, I got to do that. Listen, this is steps here. I want you to be celibate. Now, I know some of you are already celibate, and some of your men are not. Because what I want you to realize is when you're spending time with, and I get it, I know some of you in a relationship, but what you don't realize, that emotional power during sex or intimacy is very, very, not just powerful, it's influential subconsciously. Things happen and connections happen, and your thought pattern begins to just think about this person. And I get it, if you're with someone, but just for 7 days, I want you not to have any sex, and I would like you not to masturbate at all. Now, I get it. I know some of you men like, what? Oh, come on. And I get it, because many of you are so addicted to masturbating, to self-pleasure. I get it. It's like a trigger. Some of you do it to relax. Some of you do it just like you do with drinking. Listen, even masturbation and sex is a form of a drug, because typically people do it. Yeah, they may do it for enjoyment, but they do it for the enjoyment to make themselves feel better, because they don't feel their best. And that's the worst type of sex to have, honestly. Or even when you masturbate, you're doing it because you want to feel better. You're stressed out because it's just a drug, right? And you're not solving the actual issue, which is your quality of life, like just your state of mind. Does that make sense? So for the next 7 days, no sex, no pleasurizing yourself as well. And if you can't not self-pleasure, just try to reduce it. So if you self-pleasure yourself 7 days a week, do 3 days. Okay? You got it? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me here. Okay? Another thing I want you to do, another thing that I turn to do, is put your phone on Do Not Disturb or turn on airplane mode, okay? Now, I get it. I know some of you know, oh, I do this for my business. I use my phone. Okay, great. They can text you, right? People can text you. They can leave a voicemail. You can always call these people back, right? But what I want you to do for 7 days is put your phone either on do not disturb on airplane mode. Let me tell you why that's important, because, listen, to declutter the mind, and many of you, your mind is so contaminated, you don't even realize what's happening. You have such an adulterated mind here. So I want you to put your phone on do not disturb, put your phone on airplane mode just for 7 days. So no one is interrupting you. You don't hear any dings, any chings, any rings at all, right? From your phone. Your phone should not be a distraction in your life. As a matter of fact, my phone has been on do not disturb for the last 10 years, honestly. I've had no problem, right? You should only want to be contacted based off choice, and it's your choice, which means is if you choose to pick up your phone and you answer it, then okay. Makes sense? But that's you going to your phone and seeing a missed call and calling somebody back. Okay, so another thing is I want you, and this is going to be tough for a lot of you. If you go to your settings, you can see the screen time that you spend on your phone. I need you to get that to 1 hour a day. Now, I know some of you spend probably 5 hours and 8 hours and 7, I don't know, right? But, you know, when people tell me, I don't have any time, Wes, I don't have any time, and I look at their screen time, I say, well, you've been spending 4 to 5 hours today on your phone. What were you doing? What were you looking at? I want you to understand something about time as well. Time is always there. Like the people that feel they have no time, it's always there. The issue is we're not paying attention. We're not aware of what we're doing that's causing us to feel that we have no time. Okay? So I need you to get your screen time, right, to 1 hour. I want you to spend less time on the phone, okay? And I get it, you know, well, I run a business, I run the internet. Listen, any business that you run, I mean, I don't know how long you need to spend on a computer to run a business, honestly, unless you're doing like Forex trading or something like that, right? If you're doing anything with messages or WhatsApp, you can just install it on your desktop computer, your iPad, and you can answer the messages there. But the key is to get you away from the phone. Because the phone itself is very triggering. And the phone itself is very influential. Your phone can make you laugh. It can make you cry. It can make you horny. It can make you laugh. It can make you whine. It can get you upset. It can make you feel inspired, okay? That's the great thing about the phone, because it allows you to feel whatever emotion that you want to feel with a swipe of the finger, okay? But I need you to detach yourself from the phone. So 1 hour a day, screen time. Okay? Are you guys getting this? Give me a thumbs up if you're still here with me. Okay? Listen, this allowed me to make millions, honestly. Because I was able to really master my skill. Because understand something. To make millions of dollars, you have to master a skill. Whatever that skill is, you have to be a master at it. It could be internet marketing. It can be selling something, selling a service, selling a product. But you have to be a master of it, okay, to make millions. And the reset, what I'm doing here is we're separating from all these triggers that have allowed us to feel good momentarily in the moment. Another thing, no weed, no smoking, no cigarettes, no vaping for 7 days. Can you do that for me? Also, no alcohol at all for 7 days. Now, I want you to notice how you feel when I said no smoking, no drinking at all. You're like, what? Oh, man. Oh, I smoke to wind down. I drink at the end of my night to wind down. I got to have my wine. I got it. Like, I want you to listen to what you're saying. I got to have my weed. You have to. So like, look at the words, I got to have it. That's very dangerous, okay? Because what did you do when weed didn't exist? What did you do when vaping didn't exist and cigarettes didn't exist? Right? What did you do before you even did that stuff? Right? I want you to understand that, and you know this, that those things are not necessary for you to be emotionally well. Those things are not necessary for you to be relaxed, for you to feel happy, for you to feel at peace. Okay? They give you the illusion that they are helping you feel these emotions that you feel that you can't get on your own. Any addiction, right? Listen, please. Any addiction that you currently have right now in this moment, the only reason why it's an addiction because it allows you to feel a certain way that you feel that you can't feel in your normal state of mind. Okay? But you can. So for 7 days, no smoking, no weed, no drinking alcohol, which are all debilitating sources to the body, okay, and to the mind. Okay? And yes, that includes me. That includes, like, I have videos on YouTube. Just separate from me just for 7 days. It's okay. You're going to be fine. You're not going to die without Wesley Virgin here. Right? But I want you to see if you can do it. Like, just 7 days, just separating yourself. And look, for an hour a day, you can listen to me if you want to, because you get an hour a day on the phone. Okay? An hour a day on the screen time. All right? Are you with me here? Give me a thumbs up if you're still with me. And listen, this is only 7 days. It's not a month. It's just 7 days. After 7 days, you will be you would just perceive the world very differently, okay? Is it going to be easy? Well, maybe not, because your physiology, your body is going to crave certain things because it's so accustomed to it, okay? Also, no radio, right? No music. It doesn't matter if the music is positive. It doesn't matter if the music has a great message in it. No music, okay? No music. Music is one of the most influential things on the planet. And the only reason why people like music because of the frequency, the sound, and the message that is in the song that they think is relatable to themselves, right? Then you start getting your advice from Drake and Beyonce and Rihanna. Like, oh, that's what Rod Wave said. Yeah, man. No, stop it. They're not there to give you advice. They are there to entertain you. Okay? So, I want you to not listen to any, at all, music. But I'll say this. I will allow you to listen to self-development audio, whatever that is. Self-development audio in your car, at home. You can listen to that all day long. Okay? No problem. You can listen to that. Okay? For 7 days, I want you to separate from your closest friends. Ooh. If your closest friend is not making millions of dollars, since that's what you want to make, I want you to separate from them. Now, if they're making millions of dollars, no, you can be around these people, no problem. But if your closest friends, the person that you talk to most or text most, I want you to separate from them for 7 days. Okay? Now, I want to notice, I'm going to read a comment. Somebody said, damn, you're killing me with the no music thing. I can do the rest of it, but I'm a musician, so pretty big part of my life. Yeah, okay, you're a musician. What are you playing at nightclubs or, what are you doing? Listen, I get it. If you're a musician, if you're making music because you're making money, fine, okay? But I don't want you to listen to other people's music. If you're listening to music, you listen to your music. And, a lot of you say, oh, I'm a rapper, I'm a musician. But, don't bullshit me and don't bullshit yourself. A lot of you trying to be artists and you're not even committed to being an artist. Some of you like part-timers. If you're not fully committed to being an artist, don't bullshit me and say, well, I'm an artist, I got a guitar that I never play. Stop it. Or you're just recording a video every once in a while and uploading to SoundCloud, okay? If you're not committed to your artistry, then no, okay? Is that clear? All right. Is everybody with me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Is everybody with me? All right. So also, I want you to drink water for the next 7 days. Only water. Okay. As far as a drink. Right. Just water for the next 7 days. No soda pop, no soda water, no Powerade, no Gatorade. Just water. Okay. Only water. Right? Because not only are we detoxing the mind, we're detoxing the body as well. Okay. So just water. And you need to eat healthy. Right? And I'm not going to list all these different foods. You know what's good for you. You know it's not. Like fast food, come on. No fast food in the body. Vegetables, fruits, fish, chicken, grilled. Right? That's it for 7 days. You have to understand something about the mind and body connection. When the body feels well, the mind feels well. When the body feels sluggish and lethargic, well, the mind feels that way as well. But when you have energy, you take more action. When you have the lack of energy, you take less action. Does that make sense? In life. All right? Is everybody with me? High energy, high income. Okay? And no, I'm not sick. I'm fine. Okay? It's just 7 days, folks. That's it. For 7 days, I want you to get yourself a book. Whatever book you want. Okay? That's a self-development book, self-help book. And I want you to read for 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes, man. 10 minutes a day, I want you to read from a self-help book. Think and Grow Rich, Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, Richest Man in Babylon, A Man's Search for Me. It's so many books, right? Just go to the library, go to the self-help section, choose a book, and read it for 10 minutes a day. Okay? That's it. 10 minutes a day. Also, for 10 minutes, I want you to go somewhere privately and read your goals. Everybody on here should have a written copy of their goals and dreams. Okay? You should have a written copy of your goals and dreams. I want you to read it every day. I want you to go somewhere private, and I want you to read your goals. Look, it's a shooting star, guys. Look. That's a star right there. It's a shooting star. I'm just kidding. Does that make sense? Honestly, I still don't understand why planes have headlights. I mean, what do they need to see? First of all, the plane is not even, it's flying itself. Pilots are not flying that plane. So why does it need a headlight? It's not like another plane is coming in their direction. I don't know. All right, is everybody with me so far? Did everybody write that down? Okay. Did everybody write that down? Okay. Did everybody write that down? So we're resetting the mind. Also, I want you, and that's the last thing, I want you to do 10 minutes of meditation. You can either purchase my program, and you can do that meditation, or you could just meditate on your own for 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, I want you to just sit by yourself, sit down, no distractions, focus on your breathing for 10 minutes. Okay? What we're doing here, we're resetting the mind. We are decluttering the mind if you choose to do this for 7 days. Okay? And that's it. Let me tell you something. After 7 days, you're going to want to do 14. I did what I shared with you. I did it for 90 days. And the best way I can explain that result, it's like I had total clarity and I had the solution that I was searching for to make the money. Honestly. That's how I made my first $1 million. Okay? Just like resetting my brain. I got very focused. a lot of tendencies and habits that I had before. I didn't even care about it anymore. I didn't even think about it. Even any addictions, or I just didn't even care. I wasn't even thinking about it any longer. And I want you to understand that like addiction is something, it's almost like an anchor. It's something how you feel, and you do something to feel another way. If you do that over and over again, you create a habit. So it's just a habit, and it's connected to neurologically how you feel, right? And that's your dopamine. So you need to calm down the dopamine levels. You need to reset them so you're not so overstimulated, which causes distraction. Now, how many of you can do that, and how many of you have any questions for me about what I just shared with you? This was going to be a short live tonight because I just wanted to put that in your head for you to realize that you can do it. And you can start tonight. You can start in the morning. I would say start right now. It's always the best time to start is to start immediately. Okay? Start right now. 7 days. If you're just getting here, you can listen to the video again. And what I'll do, if you help me and share this and tag someone below and like it, I'll post this on my page for you to listen again to do what you need to do. Okay? You're going to realize so many of you, your life is going to change. I'm telling you, you'll see just your perception of life. Everything changes. I mean, you're not going to be distracted anymore. You're going to be very focused. Things that you thought you couldn't quit, you would just quit with ease. You're not going to even want it anymore. A lot of addictions, a lot of things that were wasting your time, you're not going to even care anymore. It's powerful how this works here. So like I said, I'm going to save this live. You guys will share it for me, please, and like it as well. Now, any questions about what I just discussed, or do you have any questions about manifestation, about business, about achieving your dreams faster? This is your opportunity to talk with a multimillionaire, which is myself. Okay? How can I stay away from your close family member in these 7 days? What do you mean? Just stay away from them. Even if you live in the same house, put headphones on. Talk less. Good morning. How you doing? Okay, that's it. Okay? Don't have long conversation with these people. Okay? Hey, Karen. All you need to do is say, hey, good morning. How you doing? They actually do something. Do it. If you're a kid, just give your parents exactly what they want, and they'll leave you alone. So exercise is included. Absolutely. Folks, I expect that you should already be exercising. Like everybody that's trying to be wealthy and rich, you should have some type of workout routine. Okay? Of course. No video games. Of course not. Come on now. I said no TV. No video games at all. Should I stop telling people my plans? Absolutely. You're telling the wrong people. Okay? You're telling the wrong people. Don't tell anybody that you know personally your plans and what you plan to do for you in your life. Because they'll never understand it. They won't. They won't get it. People in your life, listen, people in your life only see you as you are and how you have always been. They don't see the new you. They don't see progression. And they definitely don't see the person that you can become. Does that make sense? So don't tell small-minded people your dreams or your goals. Wesley, do you want to have more kids? Of course, I'm going to have 4 more girls very soon. How to register a business name for a good price as well? For a good price? What do you mean? Thank you so much, Didi Mites. You've said before that one thing people truly like is education. What area or subject do you think people need to be educated on most? When I say they lack education, is they lack education as it relates to dealing with their emotions, understanding their attitudes, understanding their personality, understanding their behaviors and what they do, their activities. understanding their habits and addictions. Okay? They lack this form of education. Like even manifesting. You don't have a class at school that teaches you how to manifest. Right? I believe that school itself is the biggest scam on the planet. It is. And I can tell you why. School itself is not meant for you to succeed. It is meant for you to tolerate the lifestyle that people have given to you. You think you have a choice, but you don't have a choice. They may say choose a major, but you're only choosing a major that's provided from them. I mean, you got people choosing digital marketing major. I'm like, well, that's stupid. I mean, you're not going to learn digital marketing in a school. People are getting MBAs and masters and business degrees. Think about it for a second. A teacher that's teaching you how to run a business, why doesn't that teacher have a business? How can a teacher teach business when they don't have a business of their own? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Because if they actually own the business, they wouldn't be teaching you how to become a business person at a school, because they'd be rich, or they'd be making more money than they're making as a teacher or a professor. It's a big scam. School teaches you from grade 1 to grade 12 one thing: how to sit and stay in one place for 6 to 8 hours. Okay? It fills your head up with information that you would never use. Think about it. Think about all the information that you learned from grade 1 to 12. Are you using any of this information right now at your job? Are you using any of this information right now in your life? Maybe English, but are you using history? Are you? Are you using algebra? 1x plus 2x equals 14? Are you using trigonometry? Are you using science? Are you? What I'm saying is this, that most of that information that has been bombarded in your mind from grade 1 and 12 are unnecessary. Say if you actually learn something that you can actually apply to your daily life. That's why so many students, when they hit grade 12, they're very confused. They don't know what to do, because you've given them all these different subject matters, health class, PE class, all this stuff that doesn't even matter to them. They don't even understand. They've studied this stuff, they've read this stuff, and they have this flood of information in their brains about different subject matters. And now when they have to choose a major or choose a college, they don't know what to do. They'll be like, well, I don't know. What do I do? Because you never talked about it. Never talked about a trade. Never talked about what you want to do for your life. I understand some schools probably do this. Like Elon Musk has a great school, right? Where they teach critical thinking, which needs to be taught, right? Children need to learn how to communicate effectively. Speech, when you go to speech class, they don't teach you how to speak, right? You can teach people how to read, teach children how to write. I had my son and his boys over here this weekend for my son's birthday. And I told the one kid, because obviously they want to look at my cars, and then they asked me, well, how do I get rich? And I gave him a book. I said, write me up a half a page book report on the first chapter. When I read it, I thought I was reading a paper of a third grader. This man is 18 years old. He can't even write properly. He honestly can't. And he's about to graduate, going to college. That's sad. All right? Because the school system is not meant to educate you. Okay? And listen, I understand, I'm not trying to generalize. I understand some people, some children are teenage, know what they want to do in school, right? And they are choosing professions because that's what they want to do in life. But that's probably less than 5%. The other 95% of students, they have no clue on what they want to do. They have no clue. They don't know. They don't know what they're good at. Okay? Because school itself teaches you to sit in a room for 6 to 8 hours. Why? Because after you graduate, you get a job, and the job requires you to stay there for 8 hours as well. It just trains you. It's a system that is training you to be in one place, right? Because what person wants to be in one place at one time for a very long time? That's not interesting. Make sense? Okay. So, any more questions for me here? Like college, the biggest scam. I get if you're going to be a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, but I'm talking about the 95% of students that are in college right now, and they don't even want to be there. They're wasting time, they're wasting money, and they know college is not like me. I knew college was not for me. It's not that I didn't want to learn, but I didn't want to learn that stuff. I didn't want to learn the way that how they were teaching me. I didn't want to learn that way. So I just self-taught myself. Make sense? Because unfortunately with college, they want to teach you all this, all this stuff other than just teaching you exactly what you need to know for your profession. Right? What factors do you think most contribute to a person's lack of belief? You mean lack of belief in themselves? Easy. Your childhood. If you grew up and your parents did not stimulate belief in you, such as say, hey, believe in yourself, teach you about it, teach you how to believe in yourself about certain things. Like if you wasn't educated, you wouldn't know how to believe in yourself, right? Because you were never taught to believe in yourself. Make sense? So it started from your childhood, okay? The people that you're around, the people at your school. Have you ever noticed that usually people that play sports that do very well, they usually have more confidence than most people, right? Because they're always stimulated, oh, you're doing good. Oh, man, he's the best, she's the best. So that starts to imbue your confidence, which is going to cause your belief to be progressive. Okay, so it's the childhood. Let me on live. All right, let me go live with this young man. As well, folks. Need to be able to see you properly. What's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, what up? What up?
Doing well. What's your name?
Terell from Orange County,
Oh,
California.
all right, Terrell. How can I help?
I was just curious of how much does a person have to take out the trash, so to speak, meaning that all the childhood traumas and things of that nature before they can move and progress forward towards believing in themselves and doing better to manifest.
So, it's not about like taking out the trash and understanding what took place, in your childhood. You just got to be aware of it, right? You just need to know, okay, this is probably why I'm like this. So the next move is, what is the next move? Do I allow my childhood trauma to defeat me or destroy me or annihilate me?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I use it to progress myself? Sit. And that's called a reframe.
Mm-hmm.
You just used whatever took place in your childhood or in your life to reframe it to something positive.
Mm-hmm.
I give an example. Like one of my friends was raped, right? Brutally. And she was an older person. And when she got raped, she could have looked at it two ways. She could have said, oh, this person did this to me. She stole this from me and he hurt me. He did this. No one's going to want me anymore. But she chose not to have that mentality, even though that was a brutal type of situation there. She
Sure.
chose to look at it differently as empowerment, right? She said, I can empower other women. I can tell my story. It made me stronger. So it's the same thing what you can do right now. You can just look at whatever trauma you're in and say, you know what, this is going to progress me because I know where I don't want to be anymore.
Very interesting. That makes total sense.
Make sense?
So
Yeah.
everything in your life is happening for you, not against you, meaning that even if you have a manifestation out there to do a certain thing, but then something quote unquote negative happens, it's a way to turn it into the positive, is what you're saying.
Exactly. And then you will start to learn, Terrell, that there's no such thing as negative things
Mm-hmm.
because
nothing becomes negative until we label it as a negative situation. So many people have had negative situations in their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people that lost their arms. You have people that are blind now. You have people that have cancer. And these people are very positive.
Yeah.
And they don't
Yeah.
use that debilitation as like, oh, it's a weakness now. Oh, my God. They say, you know what? I'm blessed. I'm still here. I'm blessed because I'm still moving. I'm still moving forward. So it's up to you at any given time to label situations or events in your life that work for you, not against you.
Facts. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate that. Appreciate you letting me on live.
Absolutely, brother. Much love. So, folks, did that make sense? Listen here. It's just, I mean, this was a life change. This was a game changer for me, honestly, in life, because I thought, just like Terrell thought, you know, say if I was driving my car, I had a flat tire. I'm like, oh my God, why do I got a flat tire? I'm gonna be late for work. I don't have the money for this. And see, I didn't realize that I was creating a narrative that would never exist if I would have just shut my mouth. I could have said, okay, I had a flat tire. Maybe I had the flat tire because down the street I would have had an accident. Maybe thank God I had a flat tire now, because if I would have kept going, I could have been in traffic and had an accident or a wreck or something. It makes sense? Well, you have to understand, folks, and this is the power of the mind, that you can choose to define and label any situation in your life how you want it. I give example that many men will relate to. When you talk to a woman, you know, and she tells you, no, I don't want to give you my number. Okay, you can say her loss. You know, just say, oh, it was her loss. She missed out on a great thing. You don't have to say, oh, what's wrong with me? Am I ugly? Why she don't like me? What if she's been a bit, you know, does that make sense? Like, you can create the narrative at any given time. You can get fired from a job, right? Terminated. You can, instead of saying, oh my God, what I'm going to do, I don't have any money, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, thank God they terminated me. Now I'm starting a business. Thank God they terminated. Now I'm going to find a place that appreciates me. It's going to pay me what I'm worth. Same thing with relationships and divorces. Instead of crying about your divorce and whining about your divorce, say, well, thank God I'm out of that relationship with that person. I'm free now. Now I can do what I want to do. Now I can find somebody that's going to treat me the way I want. Does it make sense? You can change it. Honestly, that's how powerful it is. We create the narrative for our lives. Now, you may say, well, why don't everybody do this? Because you're just not aware. Many of you are on autopilot. Does that make sense? And then you're around Pookie and Ray Ray, which are your friends. You're around those people. So they reinforce the belief that you're trying to get rid of, right? You lose your job. Oh my God, what you gonna do? Oh my God, you lost your job. Oh my God, I already know you broke. Right? You have a divorce, somebody break up, somebody lie and cheat. Oh my God, you're in a divorce. Oh my God, girl, come here, come in. Let's drink some wine. Let's just talk about it. You're gonna be okay. It's all right. Right? And this is what happens. So we get reinforced when we have these so-called negative thoughts or negative events in our life. Until you meet a Wesley Virgin, if you tell me you had a divorce, I'm gonna give you a high five and say congratulations. You know, every time I do that to people, I remember I was in Colombia. I was looking at this young man's, he has a beautiful penthouse in Colombia. I mean, that thing is gorgeous. Never seen anything like it. And he had him and his kids there. And I said, oh, where's your wife? He said, oh, I'm divorced. I said, hey, man, congratulations. And he started smiling a little bit. Because, you know, most people say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I went through a divorce. Why would you be sorry for that person? That was a decision they needed to make. They want you to congratulate them, just like getting married, okay? Does that make sense? We have the power. Listen, please. We have the power to reframe any event, any situation that happens in our life, even our childhood trauma, even the things that happened to you as a child. Maybe you had a tough or rough patch. Your mom cursed at you, beat the shit out of you. I don't know. You could say, you know what? She did her best. Maybe I didn't agree with everything she did, but she loved me. But she just showed her love differently. but I still love her because she did her best. Make sense? You don't have to say, "Oh, she should never did this, and she was like this, and my daddy wasn't there, my mama wasn't there." And if they would just stop, say if you didn't have a daddy or a mother, well, they did the best that they can do with the resources that they had. For you to blame them because you don't know what they were going through, and I'm not trying to justify their behavior, but you have no idea what people go through. We just don't know, and people make decisions based off the resources they have at the current moment. You can say, you know what, maybe my dad wasn't there, but I'm going to be the type of dad that he never was. Or I'm going to be the type of father that I wish my father was. And maybe I didn't have a mother. And maybe my mother wasn't the best, but I'm going to be a mother that I wanted to have to my children. Does that make sense? That's empowering. Okay? Are you with me here? Okay? Shout out to all my divorcees. Shout out to my divorced people. Congratulations. Congrats to all my people that are single now. Congratulations. Like, women, don't be over there crying because you're single. I ain't got a man. Oh, I need somebody. I need some love in my life. Stop. You're beautiful. You're awesome. Okay? No man wants a woman that's crying and whining about her being single. Men want women that are happy, that are excited, that have positive energy, okay? So, and some of you women and some of you men, you need to spend time by yourself. I don't mean to talk about relationships, but a lot of you men and women just need to spend some time by yourself. I mean, you're bad pickers. You select the wrong people. And at the same time, you want to be rich and wealthy. And you're selecting the wrong type of people. You know why you're selecting the wrong people? Because you're the wrong person. We attract who we are as people in our lives. Do you know that? We attract who we are. So if you're choosing the wrong people, it's because you're the wrong person. You need to change some things about yourself. How do you do that? Spend time alone with yourself. Talk to yourself. Read. Educate yourself about you. Build up your self-esteem. Talk to yourself. Build your confidence. Understand that you're okay by yourself. That you can be positive. That you can be happy all by yourself. Does that make sense? Then when you go out there into the marketplace and try to find or attract someone, you attract someone that's just like you. And you don't deal with anybody that doesn't match your energy. And then you're not craving love from another person. And, I just want affection. I want somebody. A lot of you are so desperate. And that's why you choose, and you bad choose. Me, I'm not desperate. I don't choose, man. I'd rather choose any woman, honestly. And I'll let a woman go quick with the quickness, right? Because I know the vibration and the type of energy I want in my environment. Okay? What's the next? What if I don't want to anymore? Don't want it. Don't want what? Wes, I want my back blown out though. Well, hey, do what you got to do if you want your back blown out. But wouldn't you want your back blown out by a man that you care about, that you actually have feelings for? Let me tell you, one of the most unattractive things is about a woman. It's a woman that deals with a man sexually that has no intention of being with this man. I mean, like, this is not the type of man that you want to be with, but yet you're still dealing with this man. I'm like, come on now. Does that make sense to you? Why I deal with a person? Same thing with men. You don't die. Why? That's why I don't have casual sex any longer, because it's like, why deal with people that I know I don't want to be with? Right? I don't even want to be with you. And now you're going to build this emotional connection. I mean, I'm not saying you build an emotional connection, but you're going to have sex with them. Then you got to deal with that energy. It's like, I don't want to deal with none of that stuff. I want to deal with someone that I have a connection with. I don't want to waste my energy, and I don't want to waste my time. And that just takes maturation to be that way, honestly. And that takes knowing yourself and knowing who you are and who you want to become on this planet here. Many of you are so confused because you're just dividing and you're prostituting your energy with everyone, and that's unfortunate. What's next? What if I don't want a relationship anymore? We get out. If you don't want your relationship, get out of the relationship. I mean, that's obvious. What's next here? Any more questions for me, folks? And thank you for sharing this out. I really appreciate it. If you just got here, you need to listen again, right? I'm going to post it if I can get all of you to share this. It takes 2 seconds to do that. Hit the love button here. I will post this so you can listen again. All right, we have a live. Princess, make sure you turn your camera on. We have another live here. This live is so good, I needed this. Folks, if you believe you needed this, comment below, I needed this, Wes. Just let me know in the comments below, okay? Hey, Princess,
Hello,
how are you?
hello.
Princess Diana, how are you?
I'm calling you. Here is my shop. I made all these beautiful earrings, bracelets. I went today and spent $300 more on stuff, so I have probably 2,000 items here. I just need a website. It's up. It's 11 o'clock and I'm still working, so I need you to. I've been watching. Last time I asked a question, you said to watch websites with jewelry, but I'm not really good on music. How to put, for example, I saw when you wear this kind of beautiful earrings or necklaces, they put a video and music on. I don't know how to do that, so I need to hire somebody, and I'm asking everywhere. I didn't find yet.
Go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com.
Okay.
Fiverr.com, and you can find somebody there. You pay them $5-10, they'll do it for you.
Okay, and then they lance it for me, or I lance myself.
Lance?
I mean to put the website on online. They make the website and I pay for
they
the
can do that too.
domain.
Yeah, they can build your website. They can make the video. They can do everything on Fiverr.
Oh, okay, yay!
Yeah. Fiverr can do everything. Oh yeah, Fiverr can do
Can
everything. Just
you
ask them.
believe today I make 40 this design, and each one it's different. I have crystals and I have, so I'm really talented, and I really want to make some money, and it's my passion, and I pray when I do this stuff. So
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Go to Fiverr.com, Diana, and they'll take care of you. Just anything you want, Fiverr.com.
Okay.
Trust me, that's the site.
Thank you so much.
Much
Love
love.
you.
Love
You're
you
my
too.
hero. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Yeah, folks, if you ever need any type, I love Princess Diana. She's been listening to me for years. Check it out. So if any of you need any type of video done, editing done, websites, like anything you can think of on the internet, and you're just not a technical person, go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and you can find things for $5 to $10 services that you can get somebody else to do with ease, honestly. Okay. They do everything. They do website design. They program for it. They do everything. Okay. Fiverr.com. You're very welcome. What's next here? What's next? Guys, can you hear me properly? Just let me know. Hey, Wes. How much does sexual transmutation tie to manifesting? It just speeds up the process, honestly. Like if you're able to refrain from sex, and I get it, folks. Man, I get you like sex. I get it. But you cannot allow sex to control you, bro. I mean, come on. I think a lot of you men, you're not getting enough sex. like I've had enough sex in my. I'm not saying I don't want more, but I mean, I've had plenty of experiences to the point that I mean, it's not even that big of a deal, honestly. Some of you men, you're just controlled by it. It's like a drug to you. Like it's insane. To me, it's unattractive. And I think to women it's unattractive too. Just a man that's just it's the only thing he thinks about. He's getting into a woman's pants, you know, like that's like conquering the I don't know. That's just weird to me. How men cannot abstain or can't repudiate sex. I mean, come on. But unfortunately many men are unable to do that. Wes, did therapy and yoga help healing trauma to you? No, honestly, I didn't have any trauma to be healed. Um, I don't know. I mean, what took place in my life? You know, I wouldn't say anything that took place, even in my childhood, was trauma. It wasn't. I don't even use that word trauma. I don't like this word trauma. It just makes you feel that something is wrong with you, folks. I mean, I don't have any trauma. I mean, my dad was hard on me. I got whoopings all the time, and you know, I never heard the word "I love you." Is that trauma? I mean, I don't know. So, I wouldn't use trauma, folks. I would say stop using this word to describe incidents that took place in your childhood. It doesn't matter how horrific. Don't use the word trauma, man. It just sounds so negative. Just say you had an experience and you've choose or you're selecting to use that experience to progress you. Okay, not to debilitate you. Okay, I'm doing very, very well, Clark Williams. Thank you. What would you do if the idea you're passionate about is something that takes time, that is very different? Then, Susie, it just takes time, young lady. It takes time. Nadine, how can I contact you directly to ask about Gina Strip? Yeah, what would you like to know, Nadine? Ask me here. What would you like to know? Yeah. Let me see here. Hey, Wes. Pointers on affiliate marketing. I'm just getting started. Yeah, I would say, you know, definitely watch videos on YouTube. YouTube can teach you how to do affiliate marketing. That's how I learned. Go to events and meet affiliate marketers that are doing very well. You can do that as well. Okay. Hey, Wes, I'm joining from Israel and my yoga business is closed due to the war. What would you do for another side income? You can do yoga virtual training. I have a friend that does that. You can do it online. And I'm praying for you. What be a toy I have to do on a daily basis other than meditation and money? What be a toy? Nadine, I don't understand the question here. That didn't make any sense. So folks, make sure you spell checks and make sure you use correct grammar when you're commenting below. Sorry, I mean typo, mistake. Oh, so Nadine, can you write it again if you don't mind? You lost me on that one. How to get out of a financial crisis, failed life in 40s, no child. So I would say don't call your issue a financial crisis. Okay. Why? Because you have an iPhone. You have a phone, right? Because you're on this live. Like you're not under the bridge. Like this weekend, I went under the bridge to feed people. Now they're in a financial crisis, but they don't even say they are. And you are on this live with me on the phone talking about you're in a financial crisis. You're not in a crisis, right? You just don't have money in your bank account, right? So further, stop using certain words to describe all these horrific events in our life. We're creating these narratives that is making it or exacerbating the situation. Okay. Okay. Hi, Wes. I'm joining from Israel. I think I just answered that question tomorrow. Yeah, you can create an ebook. You can do virtual training as well. What should I do on a daily basis other than meditation and listening to money informations? Take action on your goals, Nadine. Like whatever your dreams are, whatever you want to do, take action on it. Okay. Like I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know the opportunity that you're building, but take action on it. Like do it. Like while you're meditating and saying affirmations, work. Like whatever you're doing, whatever you create, work on it. Okay. Start it. Start that business today, tonight. Okay. What's the first step to take? How? Yeah, honestly, the how doesn't matter. And I get it. I know it's a lot of you it's so hard for you just to comprehend and just to take in and believe that the how doesn't matter, right? That you will figure out how to do it. But the most important part of the process is knowing where you want to go. I had a conversation this weekend with my driver of my Sprinter, and he was driving us around town, and I was talking with him, and he said, "Well, I don't know how to do it, Wes." I said, "The how is none of your business, my guy. You need to know the destination." He was telling me about his life and how he tries so many things. I said, "Let me tell you why you try so many things, because you don't have a clear destination of where you want to go. And when you don't know where you want to go in life, if you don't know where your outcome is, you'll just keep trying different things. You'll just keep trying this and this and this and that and this, all types of stuff, because you don't know where you're going, right? You have to get clear on the destination first, right? Because once you really know where you want to go or where you want to be and who you want to become, then you can stay in one place for a while because it aligns with the person that you want to be. If you want to be a doctor, you can see yourself as a surgeon or wherever you want to be, where you're not going to say, well, I'm going to be a doctor, then you go be a dentist. And then you go, or you change and do something else. You need to have a clear look of how that outcome looks right now before you even start anything. Okay. What's next here? I am trying. And I will keep trying until I reach my goals. Thanks, Wes. Yeah, Nadine, you don't need to try. First of all, I need you to remove the word try out of your vocabulary. Try just for weaker people. People that say, I'm trying. What if your husband, I don't know if you're married, but say if your boyfriend or your husband say, I'm trying to love you. How would you feel about that? You wouldn't feel good? Like, how many of you would feel good if a person that you love said that they're trying to love you? Oh, God. Right? You're not going to feel too great about that. So how would you feel if you say, well, I'm trying to stick with the genius. I'm trying to get my goal. No, just say that you are achieving your goals. Listen, speak what you want as if you already have it. That's in the Genie Script program, folks. Okay, why are you not doing it? I told you this in the program, in the course. Speak as if you have what you want. No more trying. I'm not trying shit. I'm doing. I'm taking action. Okay? And I get it takes some time for those ideas to set in, which is the reason why you have to go through the program and the course over and over again. Okay? King West, I love you. I love you too. After practicing the meditation, I kind of keep this positive feeling during the day. Choose to. If you want to keep feeling that way, choose to. All right? I'm sorry, folks. My nose itching. Like, choose. If you want to feel a certain way, choose to feel that way. Notice what you're doing to feel that way and continue to do it. The program is really helpful. Thank you so much. Can we be friends? Yes, we're friends. Yeah, the course is so important to go through it over and over again because you have to enter the fourth step of learning, which is unconscious competence. Okay, it's like Terrell put below here. How many of you know what the 4 steps of learning is? First step is unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. Second step is conscious incompetence. Now you know you don't know something. Then you have conscious competence is when you're trying to do it. Not trying, but you're doing it like over and over again. It's like practice until you get it to the point that you can do it well. Then you have unconscious unconscious competence. And that's like driving, like tying your shoe. You just do it on autopilot. Makes sense? Just do it on autopilot, man. Like driving to work, driving to school. Okay? You don't have to think about it. Love you too, April. That was a good yawn. Thanks for the hug, Pacing. I could use a hug right now. Give me a hug. Ladies only, though. Ladies, give me a hug right now, if you don't mind. All of you. All my ladies, give me a hug and give me a nice, give me a hug and give me a heart emoji. Ladies only. uh, uh, Thanks for the hugs. I do appreciate it. I'm alone. I'm a lone wolf all by myself. People ask me all the time, Wes, why are you by yourself? Why are you alone? I'm a lone wolf. Oh! Thanks for the love, ladies. Wow, you're lighting up my screen right now. You're touching my heart right now. I do appreciate that. All right, what's next? Let me see here. Questions? I love all of you as well. I love my kings as well. Men, I love you as well. You're amazing. Okay. Any more questions for me, folks? Ladies and gentlemen here. And listen, can I share something from the top of my heart? Can I? If you don't mind. That's why I love these rants, because I could be so transparent, and you don't criticize me, condemn me, or judge me. You fucking got this. You hear me? You are so incredible. You are so intellectual. You're smart. And you're so powerful. I want you to understand that. Okay? When God created you, if you believe that, He created something magical. He did. He created you. There's no other person on this planet that is like you. You have something special in you. You have something that's so unique. Yet you have to cultivate it. You got to work on it. And yes, I know it's difficult because you've been influenced by the world. We're just outside your awareness. Okay? But you got this. Does that make sense? You got it. Keep moving forward. Keep pushing. Keep learning. Keep stretching yourself. Keep taking risks. Keep investing your money. Investing your time as well. Okay? Catherine, you got this, sweetheart. I get it. You may say, oh, I might lose it all, but you may not lose it all. And you'll never lose it all. You may lose some money. You may lose a car. I lost cars. I lost money. I lost houses. I lost apartments. And I'm still here. I'm still standing. Because I didn't lose it all. Because I didn't lose my mind. Okay? There's always another day to fix or find a solution to your issue or your problem. Every day. Every day is a new day. Right? It's like when, I think in the Bible said that God gives us grace every day. Now you get grace every day to try again. Every day is a new day to try again. Okay? Never forget that. I know you're scared, Catherine, but I believe that you're going to find a solution. Catherine, listen to me. I believe that you're going to find a solution. And as long as you believe that, you will. Okay? You will. You just got to believe it. You got to believe that you're going to be okay. I remember when I quit my job. I'm 31 years old and I just quit my job. I had no plan B, no plans. I had one plan to be a business person. And I said, Wesley Virgin. I got up, I went to the mirror, and I said, Wesley Virgin, you're going to be okay, and everything's going to work out perfectly in your favor. I swear to God, I did that. I looked at myself and said, it's going to be okay. You still got bills, you still got this, but it's going to be fine. And let me tell you something, it was fine. You know, it's just, it's so powerful. You know, everything worked out perfectly. Okay? Thanks for the loves. Thanks for the hearts as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. If you got any value, just hit the share button. Go ahead and share, please. And also just like it as well. I do appreciate that. And I'll be back on here tomorrow night. You guys will be here. Make sure you turn on your notifications as well. Okay? So you can be here when I go live. And remember, in life, you don't get what you want out of life. You get what you picture. If you want to see changes in your life, you must picture the life that you want. Okay? Every day, even tonight, before you go to bed tonight, just picture the day you want. Just think about it. Just think about the day that you want to have. Think about how you want to feel. Think about who you want to meet, what you want to do. Just think about it. Picture it in the mind before you go to sleep. And I want you to continue to do that until that picture becomes a reality. Much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Let's go.